I was backstage. I'm still getting used to StreamYard. For anybody who used StreamYard, I decided to go live like 10 minutes ago. Here I am, super planned out, guys. We're gonna talk about reselling and the many joys therein. I'm leaving for cross country, FlipCon and back over a whole month. I think we're gonna be gone a whole month. I'm leaving, I think Wednesday or Thursday of next week. So we're getting the final things prepared so the stepdaughter can take care of the shipping while I'm gone. So that's exciting. Hey, where are you? Just saw it. I'm right here, man. How are you? I'm in Las Vegas. Welcome everybody. What's up, Blue Juju? Screwed up Texas. Did I kick NC Picker off the podcast yet? Yeah, that's actually big announcement coming. It's gonna be me. It's gonna be Grimace. If you guys have seen Grimace, Grimace is a fictional character from McDonald's. We got one of the regional guys who does Grimace, and then I think it's just gonna be probably just us two. Probably just us two. How are you doing, man? Are you still in line at Disney? I would have invited you, but I figured you were in the car, exhausted, or spending tons of money. Hey, what's up, yellow red brick road reselling? Polly Picker, what's up, dude? No, yeah, I have a few. So Dawn has, we have three. Yeah, three. Step kids. They're Dawn's kids, but they're good kids. Oh, the parks are tomorrow. Then what did you do today? I don't. So what? You got 3-day pass? I don't know. When I was a kid, you just went for one day, and if you missed the rides, so be it. My parents just wanted to bail. They were done with it. I don't blame them. Oh, you just went to downtown Disney. So did you spend a lot of money? I'm sure. Do you get some of those $40 plushes, or are you just gonna wait till Saturday? Hey, what's up, Info 411 man? Welcome, guys. If you have... Hey, what's up, Jimmy? I just saw Jimmy. Hot Duke. The Hot Duke's here. Are you related to the Hot Duke? Because there can only be one Hot Duke. If there's two Dukes, then I don't know what's happening. Dave is fancy. Dave sleeps on a pile of money. It's ones, but still, it's a pile. It's yay high, which is, his height right there. Table to here. What's that? 13, 14 inches? Welcome, guys. If you have any questions about reselling, I'd go somewhere else. But I'm just joking. I can help with reselling. I opened up some soccer cards just a minute ago. It sucked. I didn't find anything good. Sup, NC Picker was watching your vids. Look at Dave. Look at Dave being super, super polite. Screwed up. Thanks, Screwed Up Texas. I don't even think there's a Screwed Up Texas here. He's just saying that. Isn't it like 150 degrees there in Florida and Vegas? It's hot. I think it got up. It's been up near like 110-ish, I think. Today's not, I don't know what it is. Maybe today I'm getting used to it, but it wasn't terrible today. There's been days where it's like I get back from being out and I just want to kind of like just zone out and kind of pass out. But I am banking on the December, the November, the Januaries when it's 60, 70 degrees instead of snowing, which is the main payoff for being down here. I'm thinking it's 3 months of really hot weather, 2 or 3 months of, 80s, 90s, which is not that bad. And then hopefully 4 or 5 months of like nice weather, just dry but nice. I mean, San Diego has the best weather. I grew up in California. Problem is San Diego is probably 3 times more expensive to live than here. Oh, my wife is in Laughlin and said it was 115. To be fair, I did not check. I was just guessing. You like the bags you got at Savers on the IG story? I'm trying to remember what bags I got. Gosh, that's the thing. I don't even remember what I buy. The bags of Funko. I thought you meant like the bags of Funko Pops were cool. One that I looked up, the Carl Grimes from Walking Dead, the kid that's a vaulted pop, which would probably be like 20 to 40 in box. Out of box, it's probably 10, but that pays for the whole bag. And then I got 3 more. I'll buy Funko Pops all day, but they got to be at like $1 or $2 a piece. Really loose ones I shouldn't pay more than 1. I was excited. I haven't seen a bag of Pops for a while, and it was only $8, so I went for it. Denver hit 100 today. Dang, man, how are you guys holding up? It's probably near 100 up where I'm from too, Utah. I'm in Houston and we're dying here. Yeah, it's hot everywhere. It's a big heat wave. It's, August. I'm going to be gone the whole month, so I'm hoping even if it's hot wherever I am, it's not going to be as hot as Vegas. I guess that's the one leg up I have. 100-degree day in Nebraska will be better than 110 or 115 here in Vegas. It's only mid-90s here in Western Massachusetts. Right on. We're going to be, I think in about the 8th, 9th, 10th, I'm going to go to D.C. a couple days. Dawn's never been to D.C. I've only been once. I just remembered, or I checked, and the Smithsonian is free. I wanted to go to the Smithsonian anyway. I tried to explain to Dawn that D.C. is much smaller than people think. You can like see everything. So we might do a bus tour. We love those silly hop on, hop off bus tours because they give you a basic history of the area. And that's what we like, tours and museums and, water slides. Those are the three. Craziest thing I've ever auctioned or sold. I don't really deal with super, super intensely crazy things. I've sold cards for, 7, 8, 900 for a small lot of a couple of them, but I'm not like selling like elephant teeth or something. I'm not selling anything crazy. I'm pretty much a bread and butter seller. But as far as like toys, I mean, you guys probably remember, it's like maybe 10 months ago, I found in a bag of vintage Star Wars figures. So it was already a good bag. It was $6. I had several vintage Star Wars figures, which more than made me $30, $40 probably profit. But in there I saw one G.I. Joe, but I didn't see the other G.I. Joe. The other G.I. Joe, I think, was a 93 mail-away G.I. Joe. So you had to like cut out the thing, get your parents to mail away for you, or if you're an adult, mail it away and then get it back. And that figure, loose, no accessories. It was in pretty good shape, to be fair. Sold for, I think, a little under $600. And, that big, weighed 4 ounces. 82 here in Orange County. See, man, if I wasn't going cross-country, I would be going, because Burbank has a card show, dude. And I want to go to Burbank Card Shop. I want to start, when I get back and I've been here a couple months and been saving and kind of prepping for this month-long endeavor. If it wasn't for that, I'd be going to California once a month. That's probably the goal, to go to California once a month. I want to hit the card shows they have. I want to go to the beach. Dawn loves it down there. To visit, there's a lot of cool things, but like to live, it's crowded. Hola. ¿Cómo estás, Sonny? ¿Cómo se va? 74 here in Chi-Town. Let's see, I could live with that. Is it Kia, right? Or Kia? Or Kia? I could live with that. Polly Picker, the vintage Disney marketing brochure holder display thing was pretty cool. That was the last time I was down, last June. I got that display holder. I think I sold it for $200. I went down a couple times ago. I didn't do well, but last time I went down to California, there was stuff. You probably have to focus on the bins more with Goodwill. And honestly, here I probably should focus on the bins more too. I don't go enough to the bins. But did any of you guys see that I posted the link on Instagram? I'm not sure if I did. Let me double check.
At the thrift store.
Oh, I hear Dawn. Telling me something happened at a thrift store. Okay, yeah, it's there. Yeah, I'm still doing Whatnot occasionally. I'm not going to do it for at least a month because I'm going to be gone. Unless I come across something amazing, or like maybe some boxes of Prism, something, and I can run I'm going to bring my printer with me. I have 2 of them. So we're leaving. We just did a simple HP printer for my stepdaughter to use while we're gone, and then I'm taking the Rollo because that Rollo is finicky. And so that's one thing. If you guys see anything I get while I'm out picking, that helps us pay for gas and everything. So if you see anything that I find while I'm picking and you want, just like normal on Instagram, let me know, or I'll put it on eBay and we'll ship it out to you. But that's kind of the fun of this, is going treasure hunting and hopefully coming back with as little as possible. There is a buddy, my friend Scott, is bringing me, he said 16,000 cards for free at the meetup. We have a Trash to Cash meetup in Crossville. I think it's sold out though. I think we have 70 people coming. I don't know if we're going to release any more tickets because it's near capacity already. But yeah, it's like a barbecue, free food. I'll probably be playing the banjo or something. We'll have a good time. Oh, Kia, awesome. Do you see any older casino chips out your way? I haven't really yet, but I see a lot of casino stuff in general. I'll look for that. I'd love to find some of that. But yeah, I don't know. I'm kind of a little... Whatnot is I'm kind of, I don't know. I feel done with it at the moment. I don't think I'm done with it, but I feel like it. It's just a lot of work, and unless it's hot, cards right now are not super hot, especially because I think baseball season is what's happening right now, and I don't do well with baseball on my stream. So once football season comes along, I'll do some cards. I could do a ton of singles auctions, but I enjoy putting those on eBay, so I don't really like doing those. And with the shipping changes, it's kind of difficult with the shipping charges to give you guys a good deal and us still make money. consistently. I don't mind like losing on individual items, but you know, it's a lot of work, a lot of shipping, and if we don't make that much, it's better just to spend that time posting on eBay, honestly. So I don't think Whatnot's going anywhere. I think I'm going to use Whatnot and not have it use me. I'll use it when there's times and it makes sense. You just got approved on Whatnot. I used your referral. Oh, thank you, Yellow Brick Road Reselling. I appreciate that. Good luck. Be consistent as you can if you enjoy it. Don't get, what's the words? Just, you know, what I've said for years, or like the whole time, pretty much start everything at $1. I probably wouldn't do that anymore. I'd start a little higher. Maybe just do a sale where you have nothing but buy it nows even. And if you sell a few extra things that day through the sale, awesome. It's a win-win. But yeah, Whatnot's still powerful. I think it's going to grow. It just had a new valuation at $3.7 billion. I think that was yesterday. So it's on the rise. It's on the rise. Now, we'll see what happens. I think it's going to be a good tool I'll continue to use for years. I just don't think I'm going to be consistently doing 1 or 2 every week anymore. It's a lot of work, dude. You know it. A lot of online and retail discounts right now, probably a reason why sales have been slow. Yeah, probably. I mean, sales are slow overall. I think I've sold maybe 3 or 4 things today. But here's the thing, like, I've said that the summer slowdown is a myth, and it is in a way, meaning you don't have to experience it, if that makes sense. Like if you post a little bit more, work a little harder on the posting in the summer, I think you can keep your sales level, especially if you're selling the right kind of stuff. You might have to you could put less effort in December and probably sell just as much. Does that make sense? So it's counteractable. You could still make decent and good sales in the summer. I mean, I think we've done more than 3. Let me see how many sales I have today. I'll go through my sales with you guys. We'll give you guys a little reselling since you're here. We don't do it on Trash to Cash. We already filmed this week's Trash to Cash early. I think I had a good one. I made fun of Kevin pretty much the whole time, which is the goal for me. Let me see what I've sold today, guys. This is very riveting stuff. Okay, here's what I sold, everybody. Today, I sold a Ben Roethlisberger rookie, press pass numbers rookie for $5. I think I paid like 30 cents or something for that. We sold a cat dog plush. I think Don found that yesterday or the day before in St. George. That was like $1 or $2, and it sold for 10. I sold that. If you saw my TikTok or YouTube or my short video about finding that Funko Pop, the Agent Coulson, a few days ago, we paid, I think, $4 and sold it for 20. I took an offer for 20 plus shipping, and we sold a lot of Ninja Turtles for 10 plus shipping, and a card for $1. So we had like 4 or 5 sales. Uh-oh. We got some dating AI match 84% in the house. Welcome. Definitely not a bot. Should I put the user in timeout or should I block this user? Should we put them in timeout and see if they can behave themselves? Let's block them. Yeah, welcome to the live. It's good to have you here. Yeah, it's a bummer. I got approved, then shipping changed. Kevin's going to be there at the meetup. Yes, Kevin's going to be there at the meetup. Kevin is going to be at the meetup. Yeah, I'm the tallest, so just make sure you refer to them as smaller YouTubers than me, literally. They're much bigger than me otherwise, but no, we're all 3 of us are going to be there. It's going to be a lot of fun. We're going to try to do, we're staying at like an Airbnb together. We're going to try to do a live maybe. Try to do maybe an episode too that's pre-recorded. Then we'll be at FlipCon, so I'll be seeing them all month off and on. I'm going to hang out with Kevin probably after a few days, and then I'm definitely going to stay with Dave for several days. So you'll probably see me in some like NC Flipper videos, maybe a cooking video. But my goal is, if he'll let me, I just want to be in the background. I don't want to say a word, and I want it to be weird. I just want to be like him pulling like an item off the shelf, and then I'm just in the corner. Not like directly behind the item, but like in a corner, and you can just see part of it. And I want people to go, is that Carrie in the background? And then him to say no. That's the kind of stuff I want to do. I want to do a lot of Easter egg stuff if he'll let me. And then he'll probably have me actually be on the show, but... Have you decided? I want to go to Nationals. I would have gone to Nationals if it wasn't for FlipCon. But the Nationals is the weekend I leave, so I'd have to leave like a week earlier, and plus it's a lot of money. So if I wasn't doing all this other stuff, I would have went to Nationals. I've never been to a National. I don't know why they won't do it. I mean, I guess I understand, but if they just did it West Coast. Vegas, come on. Vegas, baby. Anaheim, like the old days. Oh, yeah, it's going to be nothing but pranks, Sonny. Nothing but pranks. Yeah, I mean, straight up, I might, just for a joke, beat up Kevin. You know? I think it'd be worth one night in jail. You know what I mean? I'm joking. I would never do that. But no, we're going to have fun. Oh, Dave said I'm doing his chores. Yeah, that's definitely not going to happen. No, I'm just kidding. It will if he wants me to, because he's being nice enough to house us. He said we can. I think the pantry is where we get to stay. We get to stay in the pantry. You can kind of just lean up against like the. I'm assuming it's his pantry, so just lots of donuts. Just lean up against the donuts. How's it, Carrie? What's up, Castle Street Treasures? How you doing? Welcome to the live. Show your best microwave craft mac and cheese. I should do a cooking thing because I can't cook. Here's the thing: I could cook. I just haven't tried. I think I'll get into it. Maybe that'll be something for like my 50s. So I'll give myself like 10 years to think about it. You and Dave are funnier and cooler than Kevin. I agree. Thank you for the entertainment and reselling tips. Thank you. I agree with all of that. That's 100% right. Thank you. Got to rock some hairnets when cooking. I'm going to probably cut my hair when I go to up to Utah before I leave. So I'll have I don't know. Probably just going to shave my head and just glue on a rat tail, kind of like I'm the guy from Live. I alone need you, I alone. That guy. Remember him? He was cool. You need to tape a cooking show. I'd love to. I don't want to ruin his algorithm. You know, I think NC Flipper, he can get away with it. But, like, I don't want to actually screw up his cooking videos, like, if he's getting legitimate followers. I doubt he is, but if he is. I'm just kidding. He is. Hey, what's up, Danny? You're going to be at the thing. I think I saw you on the list, dude. You're going to be at the get-together on August 5th. Trash to Cash Barbecue Bash. Beard net. Oh, yeah, definitely going to need a beard net. I've worked foods. Like, I guess I can cook. I made the fries at In-N-Out. We cut those fresh, and then I put them in the fryer. Every time, burnt to perfection. Everybody loved it. They spit it out. That's, probably part of why I got fired was the burnt french fries. Hey, Tennessee Picker, you got to be in that area. You're in Tennessee. We're going to be in Crossville. I'm going to go to Nashville, and we want to go to Memphis. You're in Tennessee. What's some places I should see? What's some good things to check out? I mean, I've been to the Grand Ole Opry. Don wants to see Graceland. I don't know if it's worth the tour if we just look outside. There's nothing really outside to look at, though. I think in Memphis we have to have, like, barbecue. Or is that Kansas City? And then Nashville, I think I have to listen to country music or they'll kick me out. One of the things. Did that video already drop? Yeah, he said he was going to put that in a video. Well, I sent it because it was right at that time Don was watching it in the other room, or we had the TV on in the other room and it was playing Time of Your Life. And that's the funny thing about me and Don. Don makes and paints beautiful furniture. Some of you guys know this. We just don't care about that kind of stuff. Honestly, we just don't care. We got two things that makes it. We have nothing on the wall except for my Mighty Duck thing now. We're just not into that stuff. We deal with stuff all day. I mean, I think we want to get a TV stand at some point, but it's like not that important. Does that make sense? If somebody comes over, they'll think it's Carrie. Don't blame it on me. Awesome, dude. You're going to be there? That's awesome. Can't wait to meet you. What was your name, Tennessee Picker? I guess I'll learn it there. I actually love the social events. I'm such a social person. I met a Flippin' Ain't Easy, John, the other day. If you guys follow him on YouTube, we went to have some pizza with Archie Biscuit Butt, who I don't know if he's in the comments. Got to meet some more local Las Vegas YouTube. Well, one's a YouTuber, another guy's just a fanboy. No, I'm just kidding. But yeah, no, we had fun. I'm super social, so I'll be the one coming up to you and talking and bugging you. Trust me. I always laugh and cry at once during Trash to Cash. I love it. Or is it cry laugh? I think it's cry laugh. Make McDave a McDonald's Egg McMuffin. Only the best. Yeah, just whatever I can put in a microwave. Yes, I know you're going, Nick. I saw you on the list, man. Can't wait to meet you and your wife. I'm assuming he's coming as well. That's awesome. Or unless I'm talking to your wife. I forgot your wife's name. I know you're Nick, but I apologize. I do watch your videos fairly often, though. Hey, what's up, Johnny T? How you doing, man? I think you asked me about Whatnot earlier. I'm not doing one anytime soon. I'll probably be doing cards once football and basketball season start off and on. I think the picker auctions are kind of tough right now. What it's going to be is once we have an excess of stuff and we need to move through some stuff, I'll be doing auctions. It's not going to be like a weekly thing, I don't think. But I've changed my mind like 50 times on this, guys, so you know me. American Pickers has a store in Nashville. That's a good point. Yeah, you're right. I might go check that out. Actually, I'm pretty sure I will go check that out. Yeah, I like Nashville. The one day I went there. Franklin, Tennessee is awesome if you have time. It's just right outside of Nashville. Awesome. What do I do if I'm in Franklin, Tennessee? What kind of food do I get when we're out there? We want to know, we want to experience American arbitrage, right? So let me know if I'm I'm going to be all over the place. I'm going to be in most states you guys are probably in. So if wherever you guys are, let me know what I should be eating and trying. I'll try to find a healthy version because we're trying to eat healthy, but it's going to be hard on this trip. You and Dave could wear some Jinkos and puka shell necklaces and make a fun. Yeah, we should do that. I still probably have some Jinkos. I wouldn't fit in them anymore though. No, I got rid of all those clothes back in the day. My thing, like I was in Jinkos in junior high, but my thing once I got in college is I wasn't a reseller or anything, but I loved to go to Savers in the DI desert industry and get like 70s clothes. I raided my dad's closet. My dad was born in like 39, so he was an adult most of the 70s going, work and stuff. So we had tons of big collared silk shirts and like, so I would literally raid my dad's closet and I would just take his shirts and wear them to school. I don't even think I ever asked him. I probably lost most of them. He probably got mad at me at some point, but I would just take whatever was in his closet and wear it to school because I thought it was cool. Because that 70s show was a big deal in the late 90s, early 2000s. Kara, I was looking at a video and I thought you and Don were going to recreate the Dirty Dancing scene. That'd be cool. We have to practice. I'm not much of a dancer. April. Awesome. Nothing healthy here, bro. That's fine. Then I won't eat healthy while I'm there. I'll just choose chicken if it's an option. Have you ever had Biscuitville? I have no idea. Is that like a restaurant? And I've never had it. Dude, I really didn't get bullied much. I got bullied in junior high a little bit. I don't even really think I got bullied. I just think I was extra sensitive in junior high. In high school, I was a theater nerd, and most everybody outside of theater I was friends with. I didn't really have anybody I played basketball with a lot of like jock people. I was friends with the hockey team. I played street hockey with them sometimes. So I hung out with. I'm a social person. I didn't really have problem ever in my life making friends or anything. Dude, I don't think I have any videos from when I was in high school, but my main thing in high school was, we'll put it this way, like if I was good enough to play basketball, I would have been because we won state my senior year, I think it was, or junior year. I tried out. I was so pissed off because I tried out. I had 5 minutes on the court. I was much skinnier then. I think I hit a 3 and had 2 steals or a steal. I didn't miss a shot, I don't think, and I didn't even make first cut. My best friend did though, so we were excited. So I didn't, I wasn't as 5'9", and I was like more of a center, so that's probably why. But I was pretty good at basketball, better at soccer, but theater's where I excelled and did well. Went down to St. George area, and we did like the Shakespeare Festival. It was like 5 states. And we did like Shakespeare monologues, and I got 5th out of 64 people. I would have been in the top 3 and got a scholarship, but they have rounds. One of the rounds I lost to the person who got in the top 3, so I didn't win 3 rounds. I only won 2. So I was this close to getting a scholarship to Southern Utah, where a lot of my friends went to Southern Utah University. I went to the University of Utah. I got a scholarship to Eastern Utah to do theater, but I didn't do it. I just went on a Mormon mission, came back, and went to the University of Utah. Hey, what's up, Jay Rutster? How you doing, man? Are you going to be picking on Wednesday? I think so. I think Wednesday is when I think I'm meeting up with everybody. I think we might do a little picking on Wednesday. Definitely Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, I think. Yeah, I think Thursday, Friday, and Saturday for sure. I love that 70s show. I was more of a fan of, to be fair, I didn't watch a lot of that 70s show. I was a real big fan of Freaks and Geeks. So Freaks and Geeks was I love that show. Freaks and Geeks, early Seth Rogen, Jason Segel. I used to I remember vividly watching Freaks and Geeks at night, and that's why I grew my sideburns out. I grew my hair out to about a little longer than this back in the day. And I tried my best to look like the kids from Freaks and Geeks, basically, was my whole MO. I actually I don't really care about that stuff anymore. I kind of do, but I'm too overweight to find any cool clothes. I need to lose weight mostly so I can find cool clothes. That's one of my goals. I think we'll probably talk more about it on the channel at some point, how I want to lose some weight. And if I do, I want to be like the eccentric. I want to dress like whatever I find at the thrift store, and I want it to be eccentric. Because why not? I don't have to go to a corporate job. I can do what I want. Great show. Yeah, we're all meeting we have a meetup in Crossville, the Barbecue Bash, which I think is sold out. But we might, I don't know exactly. I'm sure we'll meet people out and about garage selling too. I don't know what else we're doing. I don't know if there'll be people who show up to that, don't have tickets, and I don't know how it works. I don't really know. I would never be doing events if it weren't for Dave. Dave and Kevin are very good at spearheading. Not because I wouldn't want to. I'm just not the person to set stuff up. I've always been my whole life the person who just go to the events that my friends set up. Yeah, Freaks and Geeks was like a great show about high school in like the late 70s, early 80s. So, it's a great era. Rush, Van Halen. And that's like my brother's age. My brothers are all older than me, but they're 1966, 67, and 70. So my brothers were in high school in the early 80s, mid 80s. So maybe a little bit after Freaks and Geeks. But I grew up like with my brothers, playing me, the Beatles and all that. But like Thin Lizzy. I grew up in nothing but like late 70s, early 80s rock. And my brother closest to me was like mid to late 80s in high school. So it was with him, it was a lot of pop. Fine Young Cannibals, stuff like that. I think he liked them. Hey, what's up, Fleecon? How are you doing, man? You're an hour and a half east of Crossville. Awesome. I wish I could meet up with you all at the 127, hopefully next year. I'm pretty sure I'm hoping this will be a thing we do most years. So this is my life, and I love it, guys. It's awesome. So I plan on traveling a lot, meeting up with people, getting to know people, making friends, 80s metal. Yeah, Dawn. Dawn is an 80s metal head. She loves anything 80s metal. I was too young for the music. Like I kind of I was like only 5 or 6 at the end of the 80s. So the only real 80s song that I loved was Heaven is a Place on Earth, Belinda Carlisle. So pop. But I remember my older sister. She was born in 1960, so she was like in her late 20s in the late 80s, and she brought over her rocker Sunset Strip boyfriend that looked just like, Poison. Long hair, the spandex. They both were wearing that. And I swear to God, I thought that was the coolest, still to this day, probably the coolest human being I've ever met in my life. Coolest human being. He ended up shaving his head and becoming a monk and moving to Tibet, I believe, which was awesome. Hey, what's up, chubby Uncle Rico? Thank you for the $5 super chat. You're the man. Thank you, man. You're out here in Vegas, aren't you, man? I believe. I always get everybody kind of mixed up name-wise in their actual names, so I appreciate that. UNC Picker and Harry Tornado, the Lemonade episode, was great entertainment. I'm glad. He knew he went with our stuff. He said that in the podcast that he kind of knew what to expect now. I feel like he had a pre-prepared poop story, but that's good. It's cool to be like, that's one thing I like about the podcast. You can kind of filter out who's cool. You know what I mean? Like who go with the flow, because you don't necessarily have to. We're different. We're our own people, and you could be different. But I think if you can go with the flow and realize we're goofballs and still hang out with us, and we'll try not to do anything that'll get you in trouble, because he has a lot of followers. We don't want to get mad at him. So, but when you're that big, you can't really. You have to be careful, and you're always going to have haters at some level, because people are either jealous, and maybe not even jealous. They just don't respect, for whatever reason, what he's doing, or they disagree with reason or without reason with what he's doing. And that happens to me on TikTok a lot and Instagram, so I get it. But the cool thing is, the more and more you hear it, the less and less it bugs you. No, we haven't watched. I haven't watched it. I'm not sure if Dawn would probably like Stranger Things. The last show, it's hard. Dawn's not much of a TV person. She watches the same shows over and over. The last show I successfully got her into was, I got her into Sons of Anarchy. She loved, and she did watch all of Parks and Rec with me, which I love Parks and Rec. I don't watch TV like I used to. I used to watch a ton of TV. Now YouTube is my TV, if that makes sense. So I don't watch. I started the OA, if you've heard of that, kind of like an alien, like a weird like movie or TV show. I loved it. I watched it for like 5 straight hours, but I didn't watch any episodes again. I just couldn't get myself to sit down. I also like being a goofball. Just, be yourself. That's what it's about in life. I agree about Harry Tornado episode. I finished listening to that today. He was quick on the comebacks. Yeah, he was really good. He hung with it well. He's a very nice guy, very pleasant guy. I do think it was pre-prepared poop story. I do think so. I wouldn't be surprised, honestly, if Kevin listened to a little death metal. Kevin's cooler than you may think. But he's an enigma wrapped in a mystery, because he's from SoCal. So you'd think he'd be listening in his era, realistically, 80s and 90s. You'd think he'd be into, I don't know, he'd be into different kinds of music. Maybe even punk music, maybe like some cool stuff, but nah, like he likes country music, and he has a country accent now, fake as hell. Just kidding, I don't think it's fake. I'll be honest, like when I lived in Mexico for 2 years and spoke Spanish, like the biggest compliment that people would give me afterwards was that I had a Spanish accent. One time I was in Barcelona because I was lucky in like my 20s. My parents traveled a bit and I got to go with them. We were in Barcelona and I was hablando con las personas. I was talking with everybody, and the one dude looked at me like, and we were talking. He looked at me. He's like, Veracruz, Veracruz, and that's where I lived. I lived in Veracruz, so I somehow got myself the exact accent with where I lived, and I didn't sound, like a gringo. Como está? Donde está la biblioteca? I didn't sound like a gringo. I spoke like I was a native, which made me feel really special, because that was hard to learn. It was not easy to learn Spanish, but once you learn it, you learn it. Yeah, chubby Uncle Rinko, are you? Yes, we did talk. I'm trying to remember. What was your name again? You were with the other gentleman, right? Gosh, I'm sorry about names. It's hard to remember unless I see you guys often. Kevin listens to show tunes, but yes, I do know that I met you at the meetup. I just forgot who you were exactly. So I'll remember it if I can visualize if you were with the other guy from Idaho, I believe, right? With the 80s metal being a favorite for Don, there's a scene I think you both will enjoy. Oh, yeah, I heard that. Isn't a Master of Puppets trending because Metallica was in that or something? Like the Metallica song? I know a little bit from like TikTok. There's always scenes they're showing, and I kind of know a little bit about the story, but not much. But yeah, she loves. I mean, when we first met, we went to the final tour of Motley Crue, which has been going on for like a decade now. Went to that, Tommy Lee spinning in his drum set and Vince Neil, whatever's left of him out there singing. It was pretty good. I wasn't huge into like I would prefer if I was going to 80s hair metal. Like, gosh, I like Skid Row a lot. Like late 80s stuff, Poison maybe. I picked Poison over Motley Crue, but when I think about it, if I was in the 80s, I would have thought Motley Crue was cooler than Poison, but I like the catchiness of Poison songs better. Yeah, Barcelona. I love it. I'm fascinated by like language. I have a degree in Spanish, so I didn't realize when I got a degree in Spanish when I started that it was going to be like an English degree, but in Spanish. So all we did was read books. I thought it was going to be more on like the language and stuff, which we had like on phonetics. I had one class on phonetics and like 50 classes on Don Quixote or something, which was fun. But the cool thing, like I love accents from different places. So when you're in Veracruz, Mexico, it's on the southeastern, hook of Mexico. So typically if you're closer, I think this happens in any country, if you're closer to the ocean, you kind of like drop certain syllables and stuff. And the thing about like Veracruz is it was kind of like, it reminded me of like Louisiana Spanish. So it'd be like, instead of like, ¿Cómo estás? It'd be like, ¿Cómo está? It would be like, that's actually almost Spanish the way I did that. But they would drop things like, I don't even remember how to explain it because it's been a long time. But like when you're in Spain, they speak different. Like I would say with like my normal accent, I'd be like, ¿Dónde está la biblioteca? ¿Dónde está la biblioteca? But if you're in Spain, like where's the library? You would have a lisp. You say, ¿Dónde está la biblioteca? ¿Cómo estás? Yo soy de Barcelona. That's how they talk. They say, ¿Cómo estás? Yo soy de Barcelona. Yo vivo en esta parte de Barcelona. Like they have like a lisp, which is, I find fascinating why every culture has a little different way of saying the same stuff. And you see that all the time in America. Everybody has different, different regions have different accents. I could talk phonetics in Spanish for a while. We're near Victor. We're near Broad Acres. Not in here, but like 25 minutes maybe away from Broad Acres, which is the big one here in Las Vegas. Oh, Jeremy and Liz. We are at the table at... yes, Jeremy and Liz. There we go, man. Now I know. Jeremy. Yes, I remember. I remember you and Liz. Sorry, man. It's hard to remember everybody's, like, stage names or their, like, YouTube names and their real names. So, awesome, dude. Because I know you comment all the time, and I knew you. I just didn't know... For some reason, I was thinking it was somebody I'd met that was in Vegas. So now I have that cleared up. So I appreciate it, man. What up, Archie? How you doing, brother? With the very little Chinese my wife has taught me, her family and friends are impressed with my Beijing accent. That's awesome, man. So it's like a Mormon kid living in Utah. Everybody goes all across the world. All my friends went to different places. Two of my best friends went to Japan, which is like an impossible language to learn. But I remember a little Japanese he taught me. Like if you answer a phone, you say moshi moshi. You answer the phone, you say moshi moshi, and then you say like my name, which is weird. So it's like watashi wa Carrie des. That means my name is Carrie. But it's kind of funny. Like, you never speak like that in real language. Because like in Spanish, they'll teach you me llamo Carrie, me llamo American Arbitrage. My name is. But when somebody's asking you in English, right, what's your name? You don't go, my name is Biscuit Butt, Archie. My name is Archie. You just say Archie, Biscuit Butt, Chubby Uncle Rico. So you don't actually, when somebody says, what time is it? You don't go, son las 7:30. You go, 7:30. You don't speak like, you don't say it is 7:30. You just say 7:30, right? So language is fascinating. Gosh, I gotta remember how to say that. La lluvia en España se cae en el aeroplane, I think it is. Here's the thing also about Spanish. Like, I learned some very specific stuff. So, like, I don't know very well how to speak about cars or car parts in Spanish, but if you want me to talk about Mormon stuff, I spoke a lot about it. So I had to learn a lot of my gaps about Spanish when I got back from my Mormon mission. And we didn't talk too much about like as much practical things. So, but it was fun, like reading in Spanish all the time. Even though I spoke and I read in Spanish, I only, like when I was reading like the famous classic Spanish novels, there was times I was like 50-50 didn't understand. It was still hard. Thanks, Victor. Yeah, well, I lived there for 2 years. I lived in like deep South Mexico. I lived in Veracruz, which is like 4.5 hours east of Mexico City, El DF. But I lived all over. I lived in like the port of Veracruz. I lived in Coatzacoalcos, which is where Selma Hayek's from. I lived in Coatepec. I lived in Orizaba. I lived in Acayucan. I lived all over the place. Last night, I had plenty of time to participate in the live. Tonight, it's a bit tougher. I'm sorry, man. I think your comment made me think about doing a live, though. FYI. I don't know if I answered you right away. Now, I've now paid $5. Where is my Taco Bell review? Okay, I don't have any Taco Bell near me, like, to eat. I don't have any that's prepared. But I will say this about Taco Bell. I do like Taco Bell overall. I think I would pick Del Taco over Taco Bell. But to be honest, I try to stay away from Taco Bell because I can't eat it. I'm trying to lose weight. I'm trying not to be like I'm 22 anymore. When I do eat Taco Bell, I usually eat the bean burritos. I get like 2 bean burritos. That's not what I want. I do love bean burritos, but that's not really what I want. What I would like it, I'd probably like a cheesy gordita or what's the wrap? The crunch wrap thing. That's probably what I would eat if I could eat anything. Or their grilled steak burritos, which I don't know if they do anymore. Yeah, we don't always respond in full sentences, yeah. I used to know Russian and could travel around the city and order food, both with language. If you don't use it, you lose it. I can only remember how to say hello and introduce myself. It's like an old engine for me with Spanish. I lived there so long, I don't know if I can completely lose it. I lost quite a few words, like particular individual words. But if I'm speaking to somebody in Spanish and they're patient with me, like within an hour or two, I'll get better. I feel like this. If I went back to Mexico, I would have a tough time. But instead of it taking me 10 months to be fluent like I was the first time, it might take me a month or two, maybe 3 months to feel fluent again. So it's there in the recesses. I think of like when you learn a language, it's just 2 words for everything or 2 ways to say everything. That's how I like to explain it. But, like it's a romantic language or a Latin language, so French is similar. I could read maybe 40-50% of French stuff. I could read maybe 40-ish% of Italian. I know like the verb for speak, because I've been to Italy, so like the verb for to speak in Italian is parlar. So I remember I was telling somebody no parlo italiano, like I don't speak Italian, but I was doing it with like a Spanish accent. No parlo italiano, which still kind of sounded like I was from Mexico, basically. I speak kitchen and construction Spanish. If I can get into a conversation, I do okay, as long as everything can be first person, present tense. And, they'll understand that. I mean, like, there's one thing to be, speak Spanish well, and it's another thing to be understood in Spanish. And really, as long as you're understood in Spanish, it really is the only reason. I mean, nowadays, too, there's translators everywhere, like for your phone and stuff. You don't even need it to... And, like, if you're in Europe, for example, everybody speaks English, so... Dude, I've only had Baja Blast a handful of times. I'm not like I'm code red if I'm going to go weird Mountain Dew. I'm code red. Yeah, with my radio voice, watch out Telemundo. I'd love to do that. I don't think I could do radio Spanish. My Spanish isn't good enough. But I'd try. I'd take the opportunity. Crunchwrap Supreme steak is too expensive. You would pay $18 for a grilled steak burrito. And it's like going to be like crappy steak from Taco Bell too, you know. They're just getting like the hoof meat. Stop by Fredericksburg if you're in DC. I don't know where everything is compared to everything. Fredericksburg, I think, is where they have like a AAA Nationals team, don't they? But yeah, I was a political science major too. I had 3 degrees. And when I was going to be a lawyer when I was 18. The last time I went to DC, I was 18. I was obsessed with the presidents. I still am. Like, I don't really like politics anymore. I find it kind of just discouraging all the way around with everyone without getting political. But it's all just kind of like, yeah. But I love the history of like the presidents. And it's not like modern. I like just like the more obscure the president, the better. Like, I'd love to just read a book on Chester A. Arthur or, I don't know, like Harrison. What's that guy? William Harrison or something. Just the weirder or more obscure, the better. You know, McKinley. Why did he get shot by an anarchist? What was going on in that time? You know, who was the anarchist? What happened to him? You know, stuff like that. Oh, yeah, we got another one. This AI is going to help us find the perfect match. Should I put him in timeout or block him? I'll block him. You got to love it, guys. You got to love it. The spammers on the lives. Why do they even bother on the lives? I don't understand like what the purpose of what they're doing is. Would it be like one of us were to click on it and then it would take us somewhere and then we would get a virus? Is that what they're trying to do? Because like, what is the purpose of this? I don't get it. You're a legal admin? That's awesome. That's cool. I remember this is what I did. This is how gung-ho I am about stuff. When I was 18, I walked into a local, a local law firm in Kaysville. That's where I went to high school, Kaysville, Utah, Davis High. Go Darts. I walked in downtown, just walked in. I'm like, hey, can I work for you guys for free? Just be an intern. And he said, the guy said yes. He gave me all this really difficult stuff that was over my head, so I got discouraged and stopped doing it. But I tried. That's what I was going to do for many years, was be a lawyer. But then I don't know why. I just didn't have it in me. Probably not disciplined enough to be a lawyer, honestly. I think I could do it. But, you know, they don't love it when you're 10 minutes late, because I'm 10 minutes late to everything. That's just a given. Unless Dawn's with me. Dawn will make sure I'm not late. Yes, the Fredericksburg Nats. Awesome. I'm doing well. How are you doing, man? I watch nearly all your videos, bro. FYI. All your what sold videos. Good videos, guys. If you're not following Old School Picker, he knows his reselling backwards, forwards, sideways, and upside down. So you guys should give him a follow if you're not already. You know you've made it big time when the boys show up. Yes, you know it. You know it. When Old School Picker shows up, you know you made it, man. Fish for identity info. Yeah, there we go. Oh, you mean like when these bots show up? Oh, I think I could handle it. It's just I could have done it. But thankfully in my life, I've been able to pivot, you know, a lot when I don't feel like doing stuff. I've been blessed that way. I don't focus too much on stuff I don't want to do, if that makes sense, to my own detriment and also to my own success. Yeah, dude, your stuff's awesome, dude. Agreed, Michael. He is the man. Biscuit, who's the boys? I met Biscuit the first time the other day. We went to go to Metro Pizza, and then we went to the Savers around here. He's another Las Vegas person. Saul Goodman, yes, that's what. Yes, I would have started out pretty good, and then just ended up working for like a fried chicken place. You know, that's another great TV show, Breaking Bad. I watched Better Call Saul like the first 2 or 3 seasons. Just kind of stopped, but I love anything in the Breaking Bad universe. You know, if it comes to TV, I'm down for that kind of stuff. That is for sure. Hopefully you guys are having a good day. Maybe you're listening a little bit while I'm here. I'm not going to be on too long tonight because I have to organize some stuff before I leave and also post some stuff. We're going to be running eBay while we're gone, so I want to make this as least bit confusing for the person helping us as possible. Lawyers don't make as much as you'd think these days unless you're part of a big life-sucking, soul-crushing big firm. Oh, that's where I'd be. I'd be whatever the biggest, most soul-crushing firm. That's what I'd be. I'd be there. I'd be just... Could you imagine me, guys, all cleaned up, like in a suit? It just doesn't make sense, does it? I couldn't hack it. The only time I was really ever in a suit all the time was being a missionary, and I didn't like it much then, so... Breaking Bad. Great show. Great show. Kind of the modern drama. Appreciate you guys all being here. It's kind of weird to do these lives. I'm so used to doing like lives with other people, so I don't want to get too boring, and I just allow myself to go off on tangents. And if there's anything reselling related you guys want to talk about, I love reselling. That's for sure. We joke about it on Trash to Cash, not wanting to talk about it, but I mean we all love reselling. Whether we were doing something else or not, we'd all be resellers. That's 100% sure. I found it. Oh, I'm getting messages on Instagram. I keep thinking, like, where's it coming from? But I appreciate you guys all hanging out with me. Thank you, guys. Oh, see, like, I think the comments are a little bit delayed. I know I'm pretty late, but how's everyone doing tonight? Oh, I think everybody's doing good. Trash to Cash just came in a few weeks ago, by the way. What do we mean? What are we talking about? Yellowstone is really good if you're looking for something new. I don't stream many. I've heard that one is really good. I've heard that one. I think they filmed part of it in Utah. Yeah, Yellowstone. I've heard that's good with Kevin Costner, right? Oh, your hat. Your hat just came in. Oh, awesome, man. Speaking of which, here's my dirty Trash to Cash hat. I love this logo, guys. You guys know the story of the logo? I think Dave wanted to go for this, like he wanted us to look like we were in Hot Topic in 2004 or something. Now he wanted it to look kind of like unprofessional, which it kind of is, but it looks awesome. But then he did the Trash to Cash, and I was like, dude, we should have a overpouring trash can in the logo. So that was my idea. But Dave did that whole logo because I thought, let's have a trash can just tipped over with cash coming out of it, because that's how good we are at picking. We will take literal garbage and turn it into money. Cold, hard cash. Oh, you finally did it? Mixed up items and sent it to the wrong buyer? Yeah, it happens. Happens to the best of us. I haven't had that happen too much lately, but it's happened at least 3, maybe 4 times in the 11 years I've done it. Usually I just let them keep it and refund them both. It's a pain in the butt, but it happens. Are plush really worth the time on eBay? Yes and no. I'd say yes. The thing about plushes, and you're in Idaho, so this would apply to you especially. If you can get them cheap, like at a DI, for $1, yes. Because it's kind of like mugs. You sit them on a shelf. They might take a year to sell, but if you're getting $10, $12, $30, $40, $80, it's worth it. And we sell plushes all the time. Let me seeing what some of my recent plush sales are for you. We do get plush sales. We've sold them obviously, and let me just look. 90 days, let me type in plush. Oh, we sold the cat dog one today for $26 or $10. Sorry, I sold that the Fozzie Bear and the Gonzo, which the person complained about, for $15. We sold a $40 vintage beagle that Dawn got, I think, for $25 at a place up in Ogden, Utah. I sold a professional bull riding plush last month for $11. We sold this. Let's see if you can see it. This rubber face plush right there for $65. I think we paid only $1 or $2 for that. Jack Skellington. Yeah, so not a ton. I mean, it looks like we sold maybe 8 or 9 of them in the last 90 days. 6, 7, 8, 9, something like that. I'm posting mostly cards. Like, if you go to see how many cards I've sold in the last 90 days, it'd be like 500 plus. Yeah, so I had an antique-ish store in Utah, and one of the fellow stores in Utah I know got a lot of stuff for them. Sold a lot of stuff for their sets and stuff. The offer is good on Paramount Plus. Awesome. Love the font on that logo. I do too. I really like it. I don't think it looks as unprofessional as maybe what the intention was. I think it just looks kind of sprayed, like graffitied or spray painted. Dave's really like a mountain of good ideas. That guy has a ton of. He's really the heart and soul of the podcast too. Honestly, like I don't know if I could do it the same way that he does it. Like, because I could do probably the funny stuff, but actually keeping it coherent would be hard for me. Hey, what up, Nerd Nation? How you doing? The offer. Okay. I was like, what's the? I thought you meant like you were some offer about the service. Yeah, I saw that previews for that. Did it have Miles Teller in it? I forgot who it had in it. But yeah, I love The Godfather, one of the best movies ever made. I went to the 30th anniversary showing at the theater in like 2012 with my mom, I remember, for the first Godfather. So I saw it in the theater. It's such a good mix, though, keeps us coming back. Yeah, we try to keep everybody on their toes. We're all a little bit different, but similar, and we get along really well. And we're being ourselves and just having a good time. I think that people relate to that. If we were trying to be like How to Be Successful on eBay podcast, we wouldn't probably do that well because we're still growing, and we're also super interested in other aspects of reselling, which is mainly content creation. So we'll talk about that. There's really no rules. If we want to talk about Top Gun for 30 minutes because we all think it's interesting, we'll do it. We don't really have a set plan or a way we do it. We just kind of groove, go with the flow. Before COVID got rid of, Dave & Buster's, they got rid of some profitable games. I used to be able to win prizes at Dave & Buster's and resell for huge profit, mostly plush. It's a good point. Carnival game stuff, which is similar to that, does really well. Like Circus, like if you find some of the vintage stuff I think once we won a Jamaican banana, and I think it sold for like $40-50. It's like one of the bigger prizes or something. So yeah, sometimes the carnival game stuff, especially if it's tagged with the place it's in, like some of the bigger places, like some of the casinos or like a Knott's Berry Farm or Disneyland, which I don't think they have carnival games at Disneyland, but like they would have tags on them. I'd walk in Dave & Buster's every Wednesday with $100 and walk out with roughly $600 to $1,000 in inventory. See that? I love that kind of thinking, though. That is the out-of-the-box stuff that is so like when people, I do a lot of videos where Goodwill sucks, and to be fair, that's a hook, guys, to make you watch the video, hopefully. But that Goodwill particularly kind of sucks. So it's that Goodwill does suck. But there's still Goodwills and there's still thrift stores that are good. But there's also so many. Like, I'm a believer in the multitude of stuff that's available. There is so much. If I even put a tenth of the amount of effort that I could into looking for stuff, I could have an endless supply. I've done it many times, having a store fill it up with a bunch of stuff that I never get around to but was good. So there's just plenty of stuff. You can go to a Dave & Buster's and do that. You could go to, like, I've done this many times, go to a baseball game when they're doing a bobblehead giveaway, right? And then you get the bobblehead and pay for your ticket and maybe even make a little bit of a profit. How to be successful on eBay gets boring. I think it does. I mean, because there's only so many ways you can say the same thing over and over again. And honestly, anybody who's done eBay for a couple months probably already knows what it takes to be successful. It's just whether you're willing to do that. And here's the thing. You don't have to be willing to do it. You could be as successful as you feel like. Maybe I'm like, I'm cool with the amount of money I make posting 10 items a day. I'm good. I mean, I could be looking for more high-end electronics and make more money, but I like selling sports cards and toys. So, and I'm always trying to improve. Like, maybe I can find some niche that's more profitable that I enjoy. We're always working on that. But ultimately, I've been in the position where I've had 20, 10, 15, 20 VCRs sitting around that I don't want to touch. I'm not doing that again. So even though they were worth money, I just wasn't interested. Yes, I saw Thor, Love and Thunder. It was like a C. It wasn't great. It wasn't bad. It felt like a filler movie. Like Spider-Man was amazing. Both the Spider-Mans. I like Captain Marvel better than I liked Thor, Love and Thunder. Here's the thing. Like, I feel like I know what Thor, Love and Thunder wanted to be. It just wasn't that. Like, I think it wanted to be an off-the-wall, kind of quirky Guardians of the Galaxy style, funny, irreverent, Marvel movie. But the problem is, and I think I talked on the podcast, the last one, or I talked with somebody about this. It feels like every joke they had for Thor, Love and Thunder was was written, and then a group of 10 people were in a meeting and they discussed the joke, and then it went to another meeting and it went to 6 meetings before it made the final cut, and they did all these variations on it and all fixed it up to where it wasn't funny anymore by the time it came out. Even if the words seemed funny, the way it was said or written, it felt forced. It felt like it was. You can never be funny when you're, it's hard to be funny when you're trying to be funny. You just are funny or not. A moment is funny or it's not, if that makes sense. What up? First time chatter here. Love the Trash to Cash podcast, and I'm a 19-year-old reseller myself. Well, hey, Zeus. That's awesome. How long you been reselling? What kind of stuff do you enjoy reselling? I love reselling, guys. It's freedom. Reselling is freedom. It's tough. It's not easy. I could probably make more money doing other stuff, but why? Why go work a regular job when you can do what you want? That's how I think. It sounds like a lot was cut from the movie for Thor 2. Yeah, that might be it too. Like, it might be one of those things, if they ever did a director's cut, that could make it a lot better. The story was a little bit cheesy too. There's I don't want to give spoilers away, but some of the aspects of the story were, forced. Meaning they just had to put something in there like that to make it work, whereas and sometimes that's like a crutch for bad writing, if that makes sense. Something like that. I don't know if I said they were sanitized, but that's a good way to put it. I'm not saying they needed to be crass or crude or anything like that. I don't really necessarily personally like super dirty humor or anything, but I like clever humor. Most people do, but you know what I mean. I just felt like it had just been gone through so many times. Whatever edge or truth, because it seems like all good jokes are based in a certain amount of reality and a certain amount of universal truth that everybody understands, whether they think about it or not. I feel like it had been sanitized, a good word, sanitized so much that it lost that humanity. See, this is getting deep, but it lost the humanity and just became a joke from a joke book, where it's theoretically funny. And you can make a joke from a joke book funny based on delivery and based on your mannerisms, possibly, but Norm Macdonald. I love comedian stand-up stuff. Norm Macdonald was the king of doing corny jokes, but based on the way he delivered them and his mannerisms made them hilarious. So it could be done. I haven't watched a Marvel movie in years. I was disappointed with several of them in a row. I honestly didn't like Guardians 2 very much, though I know people liked it. We loved Guardians. I think 2 is probably worse. Guardians is one of the few movies Dawn got into, the first one, and she liked the second one as well. This one, they were in this, Guardians were in Thor, and they were they weren't that important, or funny or interesting even. They didn't have that large of a part, to be fair. But I feel like Marvel, this is what I feel like the future of Marvel is going to be. There's going to be some really good ones and some really bad ones, or really average ones. And I felt like Far From Home was, which was the last one, right? The Spider-Man one. Well, the last one before the multiverse or whatever. I think that one was amazing. Very good, very well done. So they have it in them. But it comes to the point now. Here's the thing. Me and Dawn and the stepkids, or my stepkids and everything, we have the pass, the movie pass, where we can see up to 3 movies a week. So we're just seeing everything. So that helps. We're going to go see Nope. I'm excited about Nope. I've liked Jordan Peele's stuff. I love, Key and Peele. So I'm going to, Us was interesting. I liked it overall. And I'm excited to see Nope. I think it'll be good. Been reselling about a year and a half now during college, but make over $1,000 a month on video games, cards, collectibles, and random stuff. I wish I would have done reselling in college. Such a no-brainer. It's great. I think reselling is something that everybody can do their whole life, even if they have regular jobs. Not because you need it, but because it's a great way to go okay, I work a full-time job. This is what my salary is. If I want anything extra, right, based on my work and how hard I work, I should do reselling on the side. That could pay for a vacation. That could pay for a car. You get good at it. It can pay for your job, and you can leave it if you don't want to do it. So I feel like they turned Thor from a fish out of water who is competent in his own environment into just And I haven't enjoyed how they developed his character that much. I think that's fair. I didn't watch Ragnarok, and I haven't seen everything Thor's in, but I think that's a perfect way to put it. They took away what made him special or interesting. For little reason, if that makes sense. Yeah, they didn't need to make him sad emo Thor. It's never good when the superhero movies make the character super emo, like Spider-Man 3, the original Spider-Man 3. So going to see Nope tomorrow. Can't wait to see. I'm excited too, dude. We're going Sunday night. See, Get Out, I haven't. See, Get Out, I think I've watched all the scenes on like YouTube, but I don't think I've watched it start to finish. Us was really good overall. There's some weird plot elements of it, but I love movies and everything. But overall, I loved the general idea of it and the execution and the style of it. I loved. Oh wait, Carrie do and Dawn do any online auctions there? Goodwill are a little tough here. What I don't follow exactly. Sorry, I know what you probably just typed something there. If you want to clear that up, sorry. Movie night during, yeah, I'm down, man, dude. I'm so down. I'm the guy that's down. We'll see how Kevin is, and Dave's pretty down for most stuff. But I'd love to go like a movie one night for sure. I think that'd be fun. Marvel peaked at Winter Soldier. See, I've heard nothing but good things at Winter Soldier, and I have not seen Winter Soldier or Civil War. I missed a lot of them in the middle too. I've been watching Josh Blue comedy lately. I get a kick out of him. I think I know who he is. Does he like have the longer kind of curly hair? Am I right on that? Yeah, stand-up wise, I mean, I'm still a big Bill Burr guy overall. I'm trying to think who else. Yeah, just general. I like Pete Holmes a lot. He's kind of a little bit here. You know, I think maybe relate to him more because he grew up super religious and stuff, kind of like I did, but isn't really, kind of like I am now. So I can kind of relate to a lot of his jokes. Appreciate you guys all hanging out. I'll be on for a few more minutes. I gotta be responsible. I actually feel like this is responsible. I wanted to do a live for a while and I haven't done one. And they're fun to do, and it's fun to just chat and kind of just go with the flow and see how everybody's doing and talk shop or just talk life. I enjoy it overall. I've been enjoying going live on YouTube. I couldn't really do it at my old place because my internet at the store didn't have it, and then the house, the lighting was bad. What's this? A great movie I just found is Hunt for Wilder People on Netflix. It's hilarious. I'll have to go check it out. I'm trying to think what like the last good thing I saw. I like a good documentary. There's lots of them on Hulu and Netflix. Sports related are the best. I really want to watch Winning Time, which is on HBO, and I don't have HBO. I think I need to get HBO Max because they have like almost every good show that seems like it's really interesting is on HBO Max, and I don't have it. Well, guys, I appreciate you. I'm probably going to call it a day. I wanted to be on for about an hour. Thanks for hanging out with me. You hit me up on Instagram if you guys have any questions about reselling or life in general, which I probably can't help you with. I really like the new decoration. Appreciate how it's right behind your head. Chef kiss, isn't it? Exactly. The thing is, like, this room is super chopped up. I could put it up against that door, but that would look weird. I think my only shot is right in this area, which isn't perfect either. I have everything set up in like a horseshoe, so maybe I just need to mix like how I set up everything here, which I'll probably never get to, which is the truth. How do you feel about investing in cards? Currently putting money into Roth IRA to get an early start, but also bought some higher end Pokemon PSA 10s. I think the investment aspect of cards is super tricky, and I think a lot of the stuff is already inflated. Like if a Kobe Bryant is worth, like there's a Kobe Bryant worth $10,000, that might be the most it's worth for a very long time. Like they've already built in the fact that it's going to be worth money into the value it's at right now. So I think a lot of people are going to get hosed. In my opinion, it's possible that a lot of people are going to get hosed investing in some of these high-end cards that are not going to go up, or at least not going to go up anytime soon. Of course, you have like a one-of-one card that's going to go up, but there's going to be more. I feel like the real money for me, and I probably should delve more in the real mid-end, which is like the hundreds of dollar cards, but I'm in like the real low end. Because I think probably that's the sweet spot is like the $100, $200 flips. Get a card for 100, sell it for 160. That's probably where the best money is. But I mean, I love the dollar bins and the cheap bins of cards because they're just, people don't want to deal with those. And they put $5 cards in there, $10 cards in there, $20 cards in there. And if you're willing to do the work, you can make a lot of money, and you're always going to make money as long as you post. Because there's just, the only problem with that is you can buy too much and then you're spending, and you're getting more than you can handle. That's the only, hey, what's up? It looks like this person, if you're tired of being alone, they will help you. Let's go ahead and block them. Yeah, Pokemon isn't even close to being rock bottom. That's another thing too. I think a lot of cards are going to go down even further. But just like anything, there's aspects that are going to get hit hard and other aspects that aren't. And the key in anything in reselling, the key is always the buy. If you buy low, right? Because like if I had a PSA 10 King Griffey Jr. rookie and I paid $20 for it, first off, that'd be amazing. Where can I get that, right? That's not likely you're ever going to see that. But if you paid $20, it could go down a ton of money and still you'd make a profit, right? Because you bought it so low. So that's really the key. It's tough with graded stuff, but it's a lot easier with stuff that's not graded. I was going through the dollar bins. I go to the card shop almost every day, look through their dollar bins, and I found a numbered to 80 Mosaic Ed Reed Hall of Famer red parallel. It's like from one of the choice boxes, I think. And I think I'm the lowest one on eBay right now at $30. I have watchers. I mean, I might sell it for 10, might sell it for 15, might sell it for 20, but I paid $1. And the people just, probably didn't even realize it was numbered. Here's the thing, RB. It might not happen. It might go back up to the previous highs. Here's the thing. You don't know. Nobody knows. All these sports card investors, all these people, they don't know. They just don't know. They're speculating. Some of their educated guesses are more educated than others. Some of them are backed by literal analytics. So that's about as close as you can get, but it's still speculation. I don't work too much in the speculation space. I'm going to a thrift store. I see a recent last 90 days sold history of something. And what do I pay? $2 for it, and I see it's going for 25 times. Okay, that's a $20 item. I might even take an offer at 10 because I'm crazy, but I'm gonna make money because I bought it so low. When I don't like I love watching sports card YouTube, but I see all these people like going, well, the last comp was this, and then they buy it, try to get it at 60, 80, 90% comp. But there's, Justin Herbert could break his leg and never come back to football again. That card's worthless. Just think about all the people who, if those videos existed 20 years ago and all the people invested their money in Ben Greaves rookie cards and getting Cade McNown cards and everybody who would have lost their ass on Ryan Leaf cards. I mean, and those cards, even the Peyton Manning cards are worth less than these Herberts, the actual people who are Hall of Famers. Do you think people are going to get more interested in Justin Herbert long term, or are they probably the most interested they're ever going to be right now? That's a good question to ask. Because even if he becomes great, there's going to be new hot rookies that are going to be more interesting than him, even if he's the best quarterback in the league. So I don't think there's going to be a lot of Tom Brady's. There's going to be a lot of Russell Wilson's, who is already proven to be pretty much a Hall of Famer, yet his stuff doesn't seem super hot. You know what I mean? Buy the physical, sell the dream. That's why almost always, in my opinion, if you get a card and it's worth a bit more than you paid, you should sell. Yes, occasionally the card's going to continue to go up. Long term, it's probably not. And here's the thing, if you sell at a profit, you always win. You never lose when you sell at a profit. You never lose. You could have lost future profit, but that's all. You don't know that when you sell. You also, you know what I mean? You just never lose if you sell at a profit. Cards are similar to crypto. Price could change drastically at any point. Biggest benefit is the physical. That's true, but also here's the thing. Like, you get cards. Gosh, I wish I could see what I got here. Certain cards, like you have a Nolan Ryan 1985 Topps. That's probably like a $2 card. That is not going anywhere. That's going to be a $2 card in 10 years, and it's, within a 50 cents or something. So if you get that card in a lot, you pay $20 and you get hundreds of cards, plenty of $2 cards. Those cards are always going to be worth that, and you can flip them. Whereas, like, if you're spending more money, there's a lot more risk and there's a lot more volatility. The lower end stuff is always going to have a couple dollar value because there's always going to be somebody who remembers the game they went to see Nolan Ryan pitch. There's always going to be somebody who will pay $2 for a Will Clark rookie because he was their favorite player in 1988. You know what I mean? So they're not going to pay $50, but they'll pay $2, or they'll pay $8, or they'll pay $7, whatever the number is. So thank you. I'm going to get a lot. Love the new TV stand. Did you know that, Dawn? She's in the other room, but she can't hear me. But yeah, I sent that video and he put it in the video. That's hilarious. I'm trying to buy $100 to $300 cards that are a few years old, won't get reprinted, and if they lose all their value, I'm not a ton anyway. Yeah, out a ton anyway. I'm just not. I think there's way too much of a culture in like these people walking around with their Zion cases filled with graded cards, and they're just. I don't know. They're selling a card for 20, spending 20. Where's the profit? Where's the money they're making? Where's you know what I mean? It's I think a lot of them are. This is just a hot take, but I think a lot of them are making YouTube videos. That's what they're doing, right? And the long term, those kind of people, I don't think many of them will last in the card industry, if that makes sense. Some of them will, because they're obviously most of them very smart people, but I just think it's also really, when you're showing that to people, I think it's really dangerous, because you could go out and spend $10,000 on a Juan Soto card, and then he gets traded to the Marlins and he sucks now. And even if he's good, nobody cares. And then that card goes down, and you spend all your money on one card. When if I had $10,000, I'd be getting myself a good truckload worth of cards, hedge my bets all the way around. I like your philosophy of you never lose when you sell at a profit, but I'm more of a slow dollar over a fast nickel seller. It's different too. AEIOU from eBay. It's different from cards to regular reselling as well. And I think it's like a portfolio, or like a crypto or a stock portfolio. I think we should all probably have at least some stuff that is like a long-term hold. You should have that. But I think your driver, your money, your living should be coming from quick flip stuff, in my opinion. And then you hold on to a couple cards, and you're okay if you lose. You know what I mean? Or a couple things. But with eBay, and you see that there's a sales history, for years on a lot of stuff, you find a vintage, antique telephone of a certain model, they always sell. They're not going to go anywhere. It's not like they're not going to get injured or get in trouble or something. So it's going to stay relevant to some degree. So you could try to get top dollar for years on that, and it's not necessarily going to go down in value. But if you had a Baker Mayfield PSA 10 silver prism 2 years ago, if you held on to that thinking it was going to go up more, it's not worth much now, and it could go back up. And a lot of people might be buying them, hoping it will. But, if you have something that's a little bit more timeless, you can do that, I believe. So easy, but sounds so profound right now. It's the truth, though. A lot of people are afraid of losing mystical profit that doesn't exist yet, that may or may never exist. And you're never going to lose if you just sell at a profit. You might not make as much as you could have made, but you didn't lose. All those people who sold at the right time made a lot of money on the sports cards, and the people who held lost a lot of money. And the people who sold a little early and didn't get the peak, they made a lot of money because they got rid of that card. It never went down for them because they sold it. And the people who maybe noticed right when it was dipping and sold, they made some money too, more than likely. But the people who held long term, right? People who bought Kobe Bryant, PSA 10s, I'm sure, tops, I'm sure those are down the last year or two. Those are supposed to continue to go up. That's what everybody was saying, or at least a lot of people were saying. So I'm passionate about it. I love sports cards, but there's so many different ways you can apply that within reselling anything. I bought a collection recently, had a ton of Jock Vaughn. Thought he was good. Oh, dude, first off, I love Jock Vaughn. Utah Jazz point guard, backed up John Stockton for years. University of Kansas legend. I thought he was going to be solid. I don't know if I thought he went to the Jazz. I thought, I didn't really think he was going to be big because he was kind of stuck behind Stockton, but I thought he was good, going to play for a while. I was more of an Andre Miller guy, University of Utah, about the same time. But yeah, I love Jock Vaughn. See, that's stuff I would collect if I was a little bit more of a collector. Has anyone with knowledge and that is articulate ever done a deep dive into why some Black Diamond and Beanie Babies look like they are money laundering? I really do want to know how that works. Yeah, that'd be tough. I mean, you'd have to get involved with trying to maybe buy some and see what happens. I think that would be great for some of these YouTubers who really do investigative stuff really well. I wouldn't have the editing or the know-how technically to really pull that off. But I think it's good. I mean, I don't know, it's probably a mixture of trolls, money laundering, maybe even an occasional person who overpays thinking that that's what it's worth. But I mean, it's not logical. Because go buy some Beanie Babies, guys, and go put it up, and put the ones that you see selling for $2,000, put it up for $10 and see how quick it sells. Because if it was really worth $5,000, that would sell in a half a second, right? And it doesn't. So obviously something's afoot. Bless whoever sneezed. Yes, bless whoever sneezed. Might have been Don. Oh, the guy that you got it from thought Jock Vaughn was going to be big. Yeah. Yeah, I would never have. I mean, I don't. He was like a late round, first round pick. He was a solid like backup point guard. Travis Best, that kind of guy. Oh yeah, I was going to tell you that a lot of YouTube eBay personalities call me Vals, Pittsburgh Picker, Tommy Bernard, etc. Oh, Vals, that's a good one. I like it. There we go. I'll call you Vals. That's a good one. I like it. It's easier to remember. Tommy Bernard's always off the cuff like that, coming up with good stuff too. Well, I appreciate you guys. I'm gonna probably call it a day here. I'm in Kansas and KU guys, so it made sense. Yeah. Remember Greg Ostertag, another KU guy that went and played for the Jazz. You guys have had good players throughout the years. I appreciate you guys all. I will probably be on in a couple more days. I'm going to try to do this at least twice a week if I can. While I'm gone on vacation, I want to do it when I'm in a hotel or something as well. So I might even do it more because I could be bored. So I appreciate you guys. I'll check you all next time, and have a wonderful day. Hit me up on Instagram if you have any questions or anything that I can help you with. Take care, guys. Bye.